Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle, and today we're going to be doing a follow-up on my raspberry plants. Everything is growing, the leaves are starting to bud out now, and I'm really excited to show you guys because this stuff is growing so fast. They are growing so tall and fast. I mean, this has only been like, I don't know, a week and a half, maybe two maximum since I last showed this to you guys. And they grow fast, and like I said, these guys, oh man, they're so absolutely delicious. And what I did was I put these little stakes in here, which I got from Home Depot, and basically just used some twine, which is basically this stuff right here. And you know, I specifically use this because I didn't want any kind of wire, you know, any kind of really rough material to pierce any of my raspberries. And so all I did was just string it along here, and so that way these guys can rest on top, just like that. You see what I'm saying? So now the good part is that raspberries will take over your yard. That's excellent, because instead of having grass and stuff that don't do anything for you, you know, raspberries will grow berries, and they taste awesome. So now the problem is trying to make sure that they grow in the right spot. So I got one, actually I got a few that are growing over here in this tree, and they're going to get too much shade here. And then I got some landscaping guys that are going to be doing some work over here and taking all this grass and putting a lot of mulch down. So let me show you what I found. And over here we have a raspberry growing on its own, and it's over here next to these little bushes. And so what I did was I kind of dug out a little bit right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transplant this. I'm going to dig this thing out. Now this isn't the best thing to do in the springtime because, you know, everything is growing. But the problem is in the wintertime you can't see this stuff growing. You don't know what's going to happen until it's springtime. So I'm going to perform an operation to save my plant, to make sure it's being grown in the right spot. So don't you worry, I got lots of love for my plants, y'all. Alright, so don't be tripping. Alright, now check this out. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is get as far deep to the root as I can, because I want to try to pull up. So you don't want to cut this thing off right here. Okay, that's what you preferably don't want to do. So what I'm trying to do is get in here and grab as much of the root as I can and pull it out. Okay, and some of this root's going all the way over here, some of it's going all the way on the other side. And so I got some guys that are going to be coming over here and they're going to be pulling all this stuff out, and I want to make sure I save my raspberry plants because they will grow and give me some more fruit. And as you can see, I have one right here already transplanted, and I'm just going to put this other one in here, and that's a funky little root growing right there, but I'm just going to make a spot in there for it, put my roots in there, and then I'm going to put some more soil in here so that it's covered up a little bit more. But I wanted to show you this for now, and we got a few more to go through. So, and yes, I get sweaty out here, so don't you worry, you're going to see a lot of that out here in the garden. But let's go move on to the next one. Alright, come on. Alright, now over here we got another one, and these are some weeds growing right here. So I usually pull out my weeds and give them to my little pets. My chickens, they tear this stuff up. All my girls, my girl Lilu, that's one of my chickens, and she loves me when I bring her little yummies. Alright, actually this one isn't too bad. This is actually kind of close to the surface. It just has the roots kind of growing all alongside, so I'm going to just try to follow it as much as I can. Try to bring as much of the root as I can. Now it's not going to be perfect, okay, but I got some of the root. You see that? That's actually a lot of the root. Alright, now you know, some people probably say you can cut this out, but I'd rather try to preserve as much of the root as I can. And you know, especially now because it's springtime, and it's not the best time to be pulling these things out. You know, but like I said, you don't know what's coming until it's, you know, until springtime and everything starts to grow. Now I'm going to actually eventually put this in a bigger pot, but what I'm trying to do is have a few of these raspberries put together, because it's actually nicer when they're growing in a group. That way you don't have one here, another one over here. See, over here they grow more like a big group, and you have abundance of raspberries growing all at one time. So we got another one over here that's growing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use this shovel and try to see if I can dig around. And I'm trying to go deep because, like I said before, I want to try to save as much of the root as I can. Oh, actually there's another one. Boom, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness gracious, life is beautiful. Now sometimes this is not easy to get in here, so I'm trying to do the best I can. Just try to salvage as much of the root as I can, so that when it moves into its destination, see, I got some of the root. Alright, I'm going to put that over here for now. I'm going to come here, grab this other one, and another one. The root's going kind of deep. So like I said, I'm going to try to use my hands to try to reach. What I'm doing is I'm actually feeling this all along here, okay? Because unfortunately the shovel isn't going to tell me where the root's going. I have to feel my way. And yes, this can be kind of messy and everything like that, but you know, that's what gardening is, you know. And nothing neat about gardening. And look at that. Yeah, that's my baby. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. And I'm going to try to get as much room as I can. I'm going to probably have to use another pot because these are starting to get a little bit crowded in here. But I think you get the gist of it. So what you want to do is you want to try to bury it as deep as you can in these pots. Okay? Not as deep, but deep enough so that that white isn't sticking out. So I'm going to probably have to transplant this into a different pot, and that way they can have plenty of room to grow. Alright you guys, this is what I got all together, and I got about 26 raspberries, so that's a lot, and that's not even counting the ones that I have to pull out in my backyard. So it's amazing how much you get back after about a year, and these are all wild, so they grew on their own, and I'm just transplanting them here and then getting them ready for next time. So alright you guys, I'll see y'all next time. And also come fan me on Facebook. I got a Facebook account now, so come fan me. It's The Raw Food Muscle. And you know, I'm glad that all of you guys are supporting this. Keep spreading the word out there. Tell your family, your friends all about raw foods, growing your own foods, the whole nine. Alright, so I'll see y'all next time on The Raw Food Muscle.